All right, we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start at the stream slightly differently today. I typically just explain who I am. I guess I can do that. I'm a software engineer. I've been working in the industry for the last 8 years, doing full stack development for a wide range of companies from 3 people all the way up to 25,000 people. Over the last 6 weeks, I've been streaming my game development learning journey. So I've been using the Godot open source game engine to create a playground where I can test different game features, game systems, build things out, just kind of do whatever I want and not like try to make it into a game with the goal of just learning as much as I can so that I can apply that to actually building a game. What I'm testing right now that I've done my intro. Hey Fishy, how's it going? Have you been to my stream before, Fishy? Did you change your name? Hey, how's it going? Cool. Nice. How you been? I'm just trying to get chats working properly on the stream. So they're showing up now, but they're really small, and I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I need to figure out how to adjust some stuff here, so bear with me while I get this working. Are you streaming on Twitch now? Nice. Nice. How's the Android dev going? Oh, have you? Sweet. All right, let's see if I can, I'm just trying to make it look a little better. Android dev is difficult or streaming or both? Why do you want to learn Android dev? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just curious. Why not like any other dev? I mean, you could always learn like React Native, which allows you to do both iOS and Android and other systems, Mac OS, Windows, I think, or Electron also is an option. Okay. Seems like... Nice. Cool. What kind of MacBook are you looking to get? Why isn't this working? I want it to be transparent, and it seems like it should be based on the... Nice. Hey, the Air's still a great MacBook. You really don't need more than that, to be honest. Okay, so clearly this is not working. It's custom CSS. Stream chat custom CSS. I wonder if... No, it should be able to... Oh, I wonder if it's actually a... I'm probably showing way too much information here, but doesn't matter too much. Wonder if it's because I don't have an upgraded restream option here. Okay, we'll do compact mode. Colorized author names. So embed in stream. Oh, here we go. Okay, theme. Oh, there we go. Does this change it? Chat background opacity. Okay. How do I increase? Okay. Make the scale bigger. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, does this just autosave? Probably, my guess. So I think I need to then refresh here. Let's discard those. Here we go. Okay, I think this should work. Testing. Sweet. Think that's working how I want it to. Oh yeah, there we go. How small is that? I can't tell. Let me go to my stream. Ooh. Oh yeah, there we go. How small is that? I can't tell. Let me go to my stream. Alright, I think it's fine. Cool. Alright, we can get started now. Fishy, I don't know if you're there anymore, but I've done a lot of work since the last time you've been on the stream. I mean, the first time you were on the stream, I was doing leak code stuff. But now I've been working on a whole like game playground thing. So I haven't done my demo at the beginning of the stream, so I can do that now. Okay, I think we're good. Was there something? Oh yeah, I need to start the timer. Which actually reminds me, where did we end the timer last time? Did it end at 43:16? I think it did. Okay, yeah, so just gotta update this real quick. There we go. That's close enough. Alrighty. Okay, so over the last couple streams, we've done a lot of work to make the ambiance different. So we'll see some new stuff here, but as I always do, just go through a quick demo. So we got our main menu here. I have a save system, so you can load and delete saves. If we start a new game, we get plopped down, top-down view of a player you control with mouse and keyboard. And I've built out a chunking system, so as you move around, different chunks load in and out. The game is heavily based on lighting, so things are only visible when they're within a light source. So if you can see here, like trees kind of fade in and out, or don't fade in and out, they just kind of pop in and out, as well as enemies. I've built an inventory system where different weapons can have lighting attributes to them. One of the things I worked on this past stream was, rather than adding enemy health bars, the enemies will change color, so get more red as they lose health. I also added kind of a difficulty element to the game, so the further you get from spawn, so basically position 0-0, the harder enemies get, as well as the faster they move. In this stream, I want to add some player experience, add gold as an item. And then also work on potentially an NPC that spawns randomly in a chunk that you need to go find. That'll have like different items that you can buy. Right now there aren't too many items available in the game. It's basically what I have in my inventory plus rifle ammo. But I'll work on expanding that as well. Like I've showed off previously, there's a dual inventory menu, so you can drag and drop between your inventory and enemy inventories. And as you can see, we're starting to get a lot of zombies following us here, because if you shoot your weapon, it attracts all of the zombies to you. So let's start out by doing, and the goal of having player experience is that either there will be some upgrade options within like a single playthrough. I might consider some like roguelite things where, you know, you can get experience that goes across different runs, but obviously there needs to be more of an objective to the game, and so I'm kind of thinking through what I want that to look like. Kind of an active brain exercise for myself that I haven't quite figured out, but it'll probably involve, you know, finding some items and going to some places and whatnot. Thanks, Fishy. Cool. So let's go ahead and just quickly add. Is there anything else? Oh, I wanted, actually, before we do any of the other stuff, enemies further away. So in further away chunks should also have their health scale as well. So their max health should vary based on that. So we've essentially made it such that when you save a zombie, it doesn't save its speed or its health or anything. We'll probably want to update that in the future, but it's not a huge deal right now. Essentially, whatever chunk the zombie loads into is the speed and health that zombie will get. So theoretically, you could have a situation where you do most damage or some damage to a zombie, and then it unloads and then loads back in, and it has full health again. But again, that's something, you know, an edge case we can cover later, but I don't necessarily need to do that now. So we have this enemy speed multiplier function, which essentially determines the speed of the zombie based on what chunk it's in. We kind of want to do the same for health for an enemy. So we can do get enemy health multiplier. In this case, instead of scaling by, you know, being multiplied by 0.1, let's say it's 0.2 times the chunk multiplier. So the health should scale, let's do 0.3. Should scale relatively quickly. So then what we need to do is say basically the same thing here. Zombie.health, and actually max health too, equals zombie.max health times self.get enemy health multiplier. And obviously if we have more types of enemies, we're gonna have to redo this, so it's not hard coding zombies specifically, but we'll again get to that later. So we can just set health equal to the zombie's max health, because we're initializing here. So we can do the same when we're loading in as well. And this needs to be zombie instance. Great, so health should scale as well, which means that they will turn red less quickly. Hey Guillermo, how's it going? I don't know if I pronounced your name right, but phonetically, Guillermo sounds correct. Hey Shadow, how's everyone doing? All right, so we have enemy damage scaling or enemy health scaling based on how far away the enemy is chunk-wise. So we should be able to see that as we go out. So we should be in at least the second chunk here. 3, 4. Okay, so that still takes 4 shots to kill that zombie. Oop, I'm gonna run out of ammo here. I'm actually gonna run out of ammo. And they start coming fast. All right, so I'm just gonna trust that that works, and you know, we'll see if there's a bug with it later. So let's go ahead and add gold as an item. So this should be very straightforward here. We can go into items. Most of our items are weapons at this point. They're all weapon related. All right, so we'll add our first non-weapon item, which will be gold. And we want this to extend item, so that has the base item attributes. We let me remind myself, am I doing this? Am I initializing in the... Okay, I do have an init function. All right. So we will have an init function for gold. Bank ID will be 6. Thanks, Shadow. Yeah. I forget who it was, but someone else came on and helped me with the shader stuff, and it worked out really well. I can actually show it off real quick if anyone is interested, but it's very simple. The way shaders work, from my understanding, is that the fragment function is called on every pixel of a, in this case, a sprite 2D on the zombie. So it gets the color, like the RGBA information from that particular pixel. It updates based on this redshift function, the RGB value. And this redshift is local to a specific, it's a uniform, but it's local to a specific zombie instance. And then it adjusts, I'm able to adjust this redshift within code based on like a linear scale that the zombie has when it takes damage. So it goes from 0 to 1. And then I update with the same alpha. So if we look at the zombies sprite 2D, we can see that because it's a PNG, it has alpha information as well. So we only want to update the pixels where the alpha value is not 0, essentially. I mean, which we could either do by saying like, if alpha does not equal 0, do an update. But in this case, we just set every pixel to the same alpha that it had already, because we don't want to shift it at all. So it makes for a really simple solution. I forget who it was, but whoever helped me out with that, I greatly appreciate it. Cool. So we have gold. I don't really even think there's anything that we necessarily need to do. It's just going to be an item that you can exchange with like an NPC to buy or sell things. So I'll have to obviously figure that whole system out. So the inventory will need to be extended to be able to do some kind of transaction. But again, we'll get there when we get there. Let's go into items list. So we add our gold here. Let's see, ID 6 is gold. Yeah, Shadow, you got it. All right, so we have our gold. It's added to our item list. which is helpful for instantiating from save files, specifically around NPC inventories. I think that's all we have to do for now. So we can go into zombie when we're initializing the inventory here. I don't think we even have a function for. Okay, so we just have this. If it's a new game, kind of randomize the inventory. So let's actually create a function here called randomize inventory. That should only be callable theoretically from the zombie itself. So we can say randomize inventory. It doesn't need to take anything in, and it will return void. So we are adding some rifle ammo always. So we can just update this to be rifle ammo stackable item. And really, we can just do that in here. Oops. Let's also initialize the rifle ammo in there too. Doesn't need to be global. All right, so we're going to add rifle ammo stackable item. We can also do the same for gold. So gold.new, gold stackable item. So we create a new stackable inventory item, and we pass in gold with a random range. We can also do, I guess, 1 to 8 works. And then same thing, self.inventory.add item to next empty slot. Pass in gold stackable item. Now every zombie, when we start a new game, this won't be backwards compatible, but every zombie should have gold in its inventory. So we can go ahead and test that by killing a zombie. And it has gold, and we can drag and drop. And now we have gold as a collectible item from zombies. I could always make it something that's automatically picked up or automatically gained from zombies, and I might find that that's a nice user experience change at some point. Although actually, as we're talking about this now, I do wonder, because it is a little annoying needing to drag and drop always. So like in Minecraft and other, whoa, why were there multiple golds there? Hold up. That should only be happening once, but it looks like randomized inventory was called multiple times. Why would that happen? So let's go ahead and add a new function to our inventory that says, is there a way to get actually, yeah, let's add one called get, is inventory empty, which will return a Boolean. So we'll use this to basically say if there's nothing in the inventory as we're randomizing the inventory. I don't know why that happened twice, but it maybe, oh, does dead zombie also? inherit, let's see. So no, it gets an inventory from the zombie itself. Okay. I don't know why that's happening, but we can basically force it not to happen by adding this call here. So return self.items dot keys dot size is equals 0, or I guess is less than or equal to 0. Cannot find property size on base array. Okay, do I need to do, is it the Python length like that? Returns the length of the given variant. Yeah, okay, it's that. So less than or equal to 0. I don't know when it would ever be less than 0, but that's okay. So let's come back to zombie here. If self.inventory dot is inventory empty, so if it's not empty, we just want to return. Otherwise, we can initialize. So let's go ahead and test this out. Start a new game. Let's go ahead and defeat one of these zombies. Should. Okay, now we see nothing, and that's maybe because we're initializing inventory. So what we actually want here is, I think when we initialize it, yeah, we initialize everything to null. So we do need a better way of doing that. We can't use keys. I mean, we can essentially just say, for key, actually for value in self.items.values, if value does not equal null, return false. Otherwise, at the end of everything, return true. Great. So I think that worked. And if we get another one here. Okay, yeah, that did work. So that's great. All right, now let's add a quality of life improvement if it's not too difficult. I want to do what Minecraft does, where you, and other games too, where you shift click on something and it moves automatically for you. So specifically in the dual inventory menu, I would like shift clicking on an item to move to the next available slot in the other inventory. So we need to go remind ourselves what the dual inventory kind of logic is here. So we have the inventory UI scene, which I think is where we're going to be doing this logic. So I think the issue is this has no understanding of a different inventory. It only understands the its current inventory and then the drag and drop system. Honestly, I could probably do this all of this dual inventory stuff much simpler. Because I'm using like signals everywhere. And really, I should just have a singleton that when you open up the dual inventory menu takes 2 inventories, and then you can basically, as long as you keep track of which inventory is which, you can move things in between pretty easily. I don't know that I necessarily want to do that though. So just for the sake of time, it's not like what I'm super interested in doing right now. So let's see. We have, actually, I think it's on inventory item button. We have all the drag and drop stuff. So yeah, can drop data, and get drag data. So essentially, oh, we have a drag and drop manager. So we effectively want to have the same logic as like drop data, where you know, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I need to think about it more, and I don't really want to think about it right now. So, problem for another day. All right, back to the next thing. So enemies get more health the further you move away. We added that. We added gold. So let's now add experience that the player is granted when they kill an enemy, which should be very straightforward to do. I think the piece that I don't fully know yet is how this transfers possibly across saves. But let's assume it doesn't for now. So we'll add a experience value to the player. And we also then want to add for enemies a variable that the enemy should experience that the enemy should drop. So we'll have a getter and a setter. And so we should be able to know when we kill an enemy here, right? Or do we actually? We might not. Maybe we don't actually know. So that actually makes me want to add experience to the game manager rather than the player, because then we can adjust this based on when an enemy dies. So I haven't touched this file in quite some time. That's okay. We'll have to do some game UI things, but that shouldn't be too hard. So So we'll set experience equal to E. And when an enemy dies, so if health is less than or equal to 0, we want to say game manager dot experience plus equals self dot experience. And so for a zombie here as well, when we initialize the zombie, we want to say self dot experience. We'll say each zombie is worth 1 experience. So then the player should get 1 more experience every time they kill a zombie. We also then need to handle some save stuff here. Are we doing any like general game save metadata stuff? I thought there maybe was in save manager. So let me, yeah, so we have the game metadata. Do we also have, oh, we also have a player save. Right, so let's go actually to player save because we can do this here. Actually, I take it back. I don't want to do experience on the game manager. It can be on the player. We'll just have a function on the game manager that allows you to update the player's experience. So we'll say update player experience with an amount, which is an integer. We'll return void, and we'll say self.player.experience plus equals amount. Great, and then we'll also to do trigger game UI update. So the game UI should also show how much experience the player has. And that should be good. So let's go back to zombie, where we're, enemy, where we're saying game manager.experience. We want to say game manager dot, I already forgot what it's called. Update player experience with self.experience. That's great. And then we need to, in game UI, add a new element for player experience. And also, I think it's time that we remove the zombie count, and we can update the text here to magazine, and this can be available ammo. So let's go into game UI. And then we can copy, actually we could just update zombie count to be player experience. So we'll say player experience scene is player experience and player experience text player experience scene. And then we also want update player experience. And really, this can just pull from the game manager because we can access it from there. Any plans to make a summary video when you hit 50 or 100 hours? That's a good question. I hadn't really thought about it, but it's probably not a bad idea. At the very least, I could just like, at the beginning of every stream, I essentially go back and cover a lot of the stuff that I've built, but it, I don't know, it could be interesting to do like a 15 or 20 minute like devlog that's not stream related. So I could consider that. We're coming up on it. Coming up on 50 hours at least. But I like the idea. Player experience scene. And then we do string of game manager dot player dot experience. And now we're gonna have issues because that's gonna yell self dot update player experience. Really want all of these to be self dot. So we don't need that. Whoops. How did I get over there? We don't need to connect this anymore. And emit update zombies killed. So game manager. Emit update zombies killed. Actually, we do still need a signal, but we'll say update player experience. Don't need that to trigger there. Self.emit player experience.emit. So we're triggering the game UI update. So we actually do then need to connect and say emit player experience update, I think is what I called it. I've already forgotten. Player update player experience. Update player experience with self.update player experience. Just adding selfs to all these to stay consistent throughout my code base. I'm sure I missed it somewhere, but that's fine. Okay, now in player save, we can store, we have player position, let's say player experience. So we'll store player experience section with player.experience. And when we populate the player, we can, so if it's not a new game, we want to assert that the player position does not equal null. We also want to assert that the player experience does not equal null. Say player experience should not be null from the save file. So player.experience equals config file.get value player section player experience, and we can make the default 0 even though it should never theoretically get to that point. Okay, so we will break all backwards compatibility with that change, but now we have experience as 0 in the top left there. Wow, there's very little light in this save file. Okay, got a crash. Emit update zombies killed. What? Game manager. Emit update zombies killed. Does this ever get... Oh no, it does get called, but I don't think we... Actually, where does this get... This might get... update zombies. No. Is chunk manager? There must be something that's listening for this. Maybe not. I feel like I had this issue the other day though. Okay. Well, let's just leave it in for now. And that doesn't need anything anymore. Actually, you know what? Let's just get rid of it and see what happens. We also don't care about tracking zombies killed anymore. So in zombie then, we don't need to... where are we doing that? Wait, where did that go? It's, oh, game manager.zombie killed. Okay, let's see what breaks here. Look at that, we found a chest immediately. A bunch of rifle ammo. Alright, so that seemed to work fine. And player got 1 experience, player gets 2 experience. Great, let's update zombies to now have 2 experience. So if we go to the same save file, okay, experience is 0. So that's not right. But we do get 2 experience from zombies now. Okay, so we're not loading in the player's experience properly. And I don't know if that's a player save issue or... I don't think it's a player save issue. I think it's... well, although... let's print out player experience plus string of player.experience. We continue, so we see 0. Player experience is 0. Okay, so let's do the same thing with saving. Saving player experience. Let's find a zombie. So we have 2 experience. Go ahead and hit save, exit. So saving player experience is 2. If we continue, we load in, okay, player experience is 2, but we're showing 0 because this is happening after the game UI. Is being updated, so we don't actually, wait a sec, actually, wait. Update player experience, yeah, so we need to trigger, actually we should see then if we're going to kill another zombie, we should see it update to 4, right? No, still 2. Why is that? Okay, let's print out. Update player experience. Godot says update player experience is 2. Huh. Yet when we're loading in, oh no, player experience is 0. Okay, so we're clearly not saving player experience 0. This should be a small fix. We're clearly not saving properly. So let's go into, actually, here's what we're gonna do. Open up our Finder. We're gonna delete every single save that we have because the old ones aren't backwards compatible anyway. So now if we start a new game, kill ourselves a zombie, we know exactly which zombie we killed. We can hit save and exit. So we can come in here to the player config file. Let's open that with Visual Studio Code. And why are we storing equipped in weapon here? This doesn't make any sense because we're not using that. So we're saving the player inventory. So maybe save inventory is doing something weird with the... Okay, so it's storing the entire equipped weapon. Are we even loading that? How are we doing this? It has weapon inventory section. What? That works? I'm surprised that's working. Because we were getting errors trying to do this before, so... Oh, maybe because it's not a scene. If you're just trying to store a node, it's okay. Which I don't love, but... Again, not going to worry about it right now. Let's open back up the player config here. Okay, so player experience is 2. That's expected. So if we boot back up and load this save. Okay, it says experience is 0, but I don't know if that's... I need more rifle ammo here. Okay, so let's kill this zombie. Some rifle ammo. Okay, so now we have 4 experience. Hit save. Now if we open up player. So now it says player experience is 4. So somehow it's either getting reset or it's not. Oh, are we, when we're populating the player, are we just taking the values? I think we might actually just be taking the values. Yes. Okay, so let's do... let's add a new function called load player. Where it takes in a player, and this will be where we update all the information about the current player. So specifically these things plus experience. There might be a better way to do this, but for now, we'll just do this. Okay, so we load the player. Need to pass in saved player. That's great. Okay, so now we should see the proper experience show up. Okay, we got 4 experience. If we were to kill another zombie, that should go to 6. It does. Let's hit save, exit, boot back up. Okay, and we got 6. Perfect. So that's working as intended. So let's also, reduce the experience back to 1. But we'll say the further away you get from spawn, much like we're doing for health and max health and speed, further away you get from spawn, the more experience, the more experience you get from killing a zombie. So as we're populating zombies here, so we have a speed multiplier, a health multiplier. We just want get enemy experience. It's not a multiplier. It's a get enemy experience addition, I guess, is what we can say. And it'll just be an integer. So we'll do, let's see, what is chunk multiplier again? Okay, so we'll actually just do, we'll just return self.get chunk multiplier. So that's basically saying every 1 chunk you go away from the spawn, that increases by 1 right now. So then we can say zombie.experience plus equals self.get enemy experience addition. Then we also need to do the same when we're loading them back in. Again, there's a better way to do this, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Great. So here we should see, it should actually be relatively obvious now. Like this zombie, I think, should give us 2 experience. Actually gave us 3. Oh no, wait, that gave us 1 experience. Hold on. we might not be out of the first chunk. Okay, that only gave us one as well, so there might be a bug. That zombie has no inventory, which doesn't make any sense. Neither does that zombie. So, okay, clearly there's a bug here with chunks that are further away. So we need to fix that. Let me just add a reminder for myself to do that. Fix zombie bar. Zombie chunks not loading inventories correctly. Same with experience further away. Okay, been going for an hour. I'm going to take a quick break right now. I'll be back in like 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll be back in not too long. Hey everyone, thanks for your patience. I got very little sleep last night, and just kind of throws you off, so I'm needing some little snack as a pick-me-up, and I also got some water. All right, where were we? We took notes. Okay, so zombies aren't loading inventories properly. From faraway chunks. So let's look at populated zombies. I wonder if it's something to do with the change I made for checking if zombie inventories are empty. Oops. Oh. Okay, so this bug must have been in for a while and I just haven't looked. Oh, is it really? Thank you. Well, I will be right back. Just kidding. Thanks, Shadow. So when we load in a new game, we randomize the zombies inventory, but obviously if you're continuing a game but loading in a new chunk, this doesn't make any sense. So really, wait, actually, this isn't at all excuse me. This isn't at all what we want to do either, because this is going to happen after the ready function is going to happen after we initialize the zombie and add it to the scene. So it's going to overwrite all of this. So we do want an initialization here. That handles these things. Oh, I even had a to-do there that says load this in from the save file. Okay, so this all happens when first initialized. I think we can even randomize the inventory here. And then if the zombie is being loaded in from elsewhere, we just replace the inventory. Sorry, thank you. I don't mean to eat on stream, but my whole body's kind of thrown off. So we don't need anything about a new game anymore, because that should happen on initialization. What we do now need to make sure of, though, is that we're loading in the inventory properly from saves. So this should call init. Then we update all the things, and then we eventually add it to the scene. But when we're loading in the zombies, we create the instance, we set its ID, global position, speed, max health, and then we load in its inventory and whether or not it's alive. Okay, that should be good. I think it should work as intended now. Thanks, man. Yeah, sometimes if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm up for the rest of the night. What? So well, I'm dumb. So it's if not is alive. We were seeing the dead zombies moving around, which was, excuse me, patently incorrect. And if that looks correct, okay, that took 7 shots, so that didn't seem right. How much damage does the rifle do? I thought it did 5. It does. So in chunk, we probably have an issue then with max health and health. No, okay, so the health multiplier should be this. Wait, but shouldn't get, oh yeah, but it's 1 away. So maybe we don't actually want +1 on the chunk multiplier. I'd say the first 9 squares should all be the default enemy, and then outside of that it can get stronger. So if we start a new game, we should see these first zombies here die in 4 shots of the rifle, if we can even find any. I didn't make them despawn, did I? No, okay, there's some. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that didn't work, but I think we might have been far away. So let's try this again. Let's see if we can get some zombies spawning in the... So it should be this square here is the 0th position, but really all of these should be easy zombies. So this one, for example, should... No, it took 6. So max health times get enemy health multiplier. Maybe chunk multiplier is being calculated incorrectly. Maybe it's not get chunk length. Maybe it should be... No, but it's chunk size times tile size. What is 64 times 32? It is 2048. Okay. I mean, this should be returning 0 in the first. Oh, no, actually it's gonna return 1 still. Maybe it's fine, but we can just lower this a bit so it doesn't scale quite as quickly. Okay. So we start a new game. We go in search of some zombies. And we should effectively, or we should see more experience gained from zombies this far out. I can't believe we haven't run into a single zombie yet. 5, 6. Okay, we get 3 experience from those. And they take 6 shots. That one took 5. We are going to run out of rifle ammo though, so it's pretty scarce, to be honest. But we're building up our gold. Alright, we should have enough rifle ammo to do a little bit of damage here. Okay, so what this is telling me is that we just need more items, more weapons. Because once you get anywhere out from spawn, it's just going to become insanely difficult to survive. Because you're going to start seeing a crazy number of zombies. And also, they're going to be quite strong. But I think that's fine. 6, 7. That one only took 7. And game over. Okay, cool. So that's working as intended. I think, yeah, so the inventories are also loading now, and so is the experience is also working. Great. All right, honestly, guys, been going for almost an hour and a half. Granted, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of that was on a break, but I'm pretty tired. Got a little bit of progress done. I need to do some more thinking about like what I want experience to do, and then next session we'll probably implement that, as well as start working on an NPC where you can do some buying and trading, which again means we need more weapons. So I also need to come up with some more weapon ideas, which isn't too bad. It's just, gotta add them into the game. But yeah, thanks everyone for hopping on. It was a short but sweet session. Saw some familiar faces, which was fun. Hope you guys are all doing well. And I'll catch you in the next stream. Probably won't be on tomorrow, so most likely Saturday. If not Saturday, then Sunday. But sometime in the next few days. All right, guys. Bye.